Good morning, dear students. So till now we have discussed down DFT, FFT, and filtering of long duration sequence. And also we have discussed about correlation, convolution, linear convolution in section 1. So today I'm going to start with section 2. In that unit 5, we'll have a discussion today. And the title of unit 5 is Finite Impulse Response Filter Design. That is FIR in short, we are calling it. So let us see first the syllabus of this FIR filter design. Then we'll proceed one by one. So this is what a syllabus. In this unit, we are going to cover about the filter design, introduction of filter, then the different types of windows, rectangular window, Hamming window. And then we will have a discussion on FIR filter design using frequency sampling technique. And lastly, we will discuss on FIR filter implementation techniques. So here the textbook and the reference book used for this particular unit is the textbook is Digital Signal Processing with the title Principal Algorithms and Application. The author is John G. Prokis, 4th edition. Then the reference book you can refer as Digital Signal Processing by Ramesh Babu. It is again a 4th edition book. So this is the syllabus. So let us understand first why to study this digital filter structures or FIR filter design. So as we all know that these digital filters are used to represent or used to analyze the filtering of arrays mainly. The digital filter perform a frequency related operation such as like low pass, high pass, band pass and band reject filter. And its specifications include like cutoff frequency, sampling frequency, input signal, passband variation, stop band attenuation, and also approximation and type of filter and realization. So this is all about its specifications, we can say. And also this digital filter can be realized through hardware or a software. That is, we can implement with the hardware or we can perform the simulation part of this digital filter structures. So next we will understand about types of digital filters. There are, as I mentioned, the two types. One is finite impulse response filter and another one is the infinite impulse response filter. Let us understand one by one. So first let us understand finite impulse response. Here, as the name it is indicating, finite, it has a finite duration sequence of unit sample response we can call, and it is denoted mathematically as h of n equals to 0 for n less than 0 for a limit n greater than or equals to m, or else we can say that this sequence is going to exist for the duration 0 to m minus 1. So as we are calling it as finite, it is having a finite range, or we can call it is the limit 0 to m minus 1. The second point is FIR systems are non-recursive because the output of FIR filter depends on present and past input. FIR systems are non-recursive since the output of FIR filter depends on only present and past input. Now these digital filters are represented with the help of this difference equation we can call. So then in that case, here this difference equation for FIR filter we are just writing it as y of n equals to summation k equals to 0 to m bk x of n minus k. Here x of n minus k represents the input coefficients, input sequence, and bk represents the coefficient of the input sequence, and y of yn represents the output of the filter or the output of the system we can call it is, and which is having the value from k equals to 0 to m. Okay, then here I have just given one example of FIR filter, that is y of n equals to 0.5 x of n plus 0.5 x of n minus 1 is FIR filter. Okay, so and if I take its impulse response, so we'll get it is like 0.5 and 0.5 are the impulse response. So this is how, as the output of this system depends on, like y of n depends on only the present value and the past value. So that's why this system we are calling it as a non-recursive system. The next one, infinite impulse response filter, or it is simply called as IR filter. So here IR system has the infinite duration unit sample response, that is again h of n equals to 0 for n less than equals to 0. Here only the duration value will get changed. In comparison with FIR system, its duration is 0 to infinity, whereas in FIR system we have a duration 0 to m minus 1. And these IR systems are called as recursive system because they use a feedback. That means the output of the IR filter depends on past, present and past input as well as past outputs. The output of the IR filter depends on present and past input as well as past outputs. So that is the main difference in IR filter as well as FIR filter. And here we can represent this infinite impulse response filter, which has both present input, past input as well as the past output part. So it is again represented with the help of difference equation. Let us call it as y of n equals to minus k equals to 1 to n ak y of n minus k plus summation k equals to 0 to m bk x of n minus k. Now this is how we are representing the difference equation for this IR filter again. Yn equals to y of n minus 1 plus x of n is IR filter, because here this output sequence depends upon x of n, here indicating the present value of input, and y of n minus 1 is representing the past value of the output. Hence, this is what we are calling it as the output of this IR system depends on the present input and past input, past output values. Right. So that means again the feedback is present. Here we are just calculating the output with the help of this past output. So in IR system, the feedback is present. Hence it is called as recursive system. So this is about the main difference between FIR and IR filter. Now let us compare the FIR and IR filters. So here the main like parameters based on this FIR and IR filter we are just comparing. Basics for this or full form stands for FIR filter stands for finite impulse response and IR filter stands for infinite impulse response. Then nature, it is non-recursive and IR filter is recursive. Computational efficiency, FIR filter it is less, comparatively more for IR filter. Then its usage we can call it is difficult and quite easy. Then feedback is absent for FIR system, it is present for IR system. Stability more for FIR system and less for IR system. Requirement to generate a current output, present and past samples of input for FIR system, present and past samples of input along with past output for IR system. Delay offered, high, comparatively lower. Transfer function, only zeros are present. Here in this IR system, both poles and zeros are present. Memory requirement is more for FIR system and is less for IR system. Sensitivity is less in FIR system and it is comparatively more in IR system. Resolution offered at low frequencies is we have less for IR system and it is less for IR system and more for the less for FIR system and more for IIR system. And last, controllability we can say easy with reference to the FIR filter, and is quite difficult with reference to the IIR filter. So this is how about just comparison or the introduction part of the system we have understood, FIR filter design, or it is simply filter design part or digital filter design. Now let us move to the next part. Let us understand the next one. Let me take out to the next part. The further part is the Gibbs phenomena here, right? The main purpose of understanding, or the main purpose of going for this windowing technique method, or this understanding of Gibbs phenomena or filter design. So what we need to do is, as you know that this dotted line is indicating the ideal value of the low pass filter, and here we are finding the ripples in the pass band and stop band, right? So this reducing the ripples which are occurred in the pass band and stop band, that's because of conversion state for frequency coefficient or Fourier series coefficient into the digital part. So that's how, as there is, this is what we are calling it as a transition band, and this transition band, right? And as there is this ripples or oscillatory behavior or ringing effect near the band edge of the filter, so that's what we are calling it as the Gibbs phenomena. Now here, so this ringing effect or these ripples we can reduce with the help of this, with the help of different window techniques, or we can reduce this transition band, we can reduce the size of the transition band with the help of windowing technique again. So as there is a wider transition band, it indicates that it is taking a maximum time for the transition or moving from pass band to stop band. That's how we can reduce this transition region as well as these ripples using the help of windowing techniques or windowing technique methods for designing an FIR filter. So that's all here I have mentioned. So this is how, again, as we know that for the finite impulse response, h of n equals to, here this is what h of n equals to hd of n is convoluted with omega of n, where omega of n is, this is multiplied with omega of n, where omega of n is a finite length window that is equal to 0 outside the interval 0 to m minus 1. Then truncating the impulse response introduces undesirable ripples and overshots in frequency response. So this effect we are calling it as a Gibbs phenomena. So here, why this Gibbs phenomena or the ringing effect or the ripples are present? Because the non-uniform convergence of the Fourier series at a discontinuity. Thus, the frequency response so obtained contains ripples in the frequency domain. So this is all about Gibbs phenomena. The next, let us understand the procedure of FIR filter using Fourier series method. Steps, we can call it the steps to design an FIR filter using Fourier series method. So first, we should note these steps, or we need to remember these steps to design an FIR filter using the Fourier series method. And that first one is, we are having, we need to first note the desired given frequency response. That is, we are writing it as hd of e power j omega. So first we have to note down the desired given frequency response, hd of e power j omega. The next, we need to calculate the desired impulse response using inverse Fourier transform. Here we are using the formula of inverse Fourier transform to calculate the desired impulse response. That is what we are having. It is hd of n is equals to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi hd of e power j omega and d omega. This is inverse Fourier transform formula we are having. Then next, truncating hd of n to h of n. for a given sample of FR filter and find the values of H of n. So here why this is what having the value in terms of infinite number values, we are converting it into the finite number values with this. That is what we are calling it as a truncating we are performing here. Here this HD of n is infinite number sequence and we are converting that into the finite number sequence. So that we are performing as H of n equals to HD of n for the magnitude n less than or equals to n minus 1 by 2. Here this n here stands for the order of the filter or the length of the filter, we can say. N is for the order of the filter or the length of the filter, we can say it is. So that means suppose if we have like order of the filter as 10 or like n equals to 10 we are having. So it will be like, or like n is equals to 11 if we have. So in that case, it will be like 11 minus 1 by 2. So 10 by 2. So means 5 minus 5 2 plus 5 will be the range for this particular value of H of n. So that's what we are calling it as converting infinite sequence into the finite sequence by performing truncating operation. Okay, the next we need to find the transfer function. We know the definition of Z transform. So we know the definition of the Z transform, that we can write it as so then we are performing or we are calculating a transfer function with the help of Z transform definition again. So this is how H of Z equals to H of 0, as we are writing this value as H of Z equals to H of 0 plus n equals to 1 to n minus 1 by 2 H of n Z power n plus Z power minus n. So this is how we are getting is, if I expand this equation according to the definition of Z transform. So if I have a Z transform, value will be equals to, here we are going to write H of Z. What is the Z transform definition? So if we have it is H of Z equals to summation n equals to minus infinity to infinity H of n Z power minus n, or as we are truncating this value, so it is we are writing it is n equals to minus n by 2 to minus of n minus 1 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2, right? H of n to Z power minus n. By expanding this, we will get this equation. And by rearranging that, we are writing it as the transfer function H of Z equals to H of 0 plus n equals to 1 to n minus 1 by 2 H of n Z power n plus Z power minus n. Now convert above transfer function into realizable transfer function. Here, this function is not realizable. This is not a realizable function because it has both the powers, like positive powers as well as negative powers. Not realizable, we can call it is, right? So we cannot realize it practically, or we cannot realize a system. So we should have only one power, that is, so to convert this not this equation into the like having the same power, so we are calling it as h dash of z equals to z to the power minus of n minus 1 by 2 h of z. So this is what we are calling it as a realizable transfer function. This is realizable transfer function. Realizable transfer function, we can call it is transfer function. Okay, so after that we can calculate the filter coefficients like h of 0, h of 1 up to h of n minus 1. The next step we need to find the frequency response of the given filter. So that is this is with the formula we are going to find the frequency response h of e power j omega equals to n equals to 0 to n minus 1 by 2 a of n cos omega n, where a of 0 equals to h of n minus 1 and a of n equals to 2h of n minus 1 by 2 minus n. And after calculating this frequency response, we can calculate magnitude in dB. So magnitude of this equation we can write 20 log of h of e power j omega, and these values we need to write it in the value here. So omega value we are varying from 0 to pi, that is up to 180 degree, like 0, 10, 20, 30, up to 90, up to 180 degree. And as we are calculating with the help of, as the value is varying here. So here, if you substitute the value of n equals to 0, like the angle if you are changing, then we'll get the values according to the value we will get, like h of e power j omega. So with that we will calculate this table, and once if you plot this table, then finally plot the magnitude response using the above table. So this is about the procedure of designing an FIR filter using Fourier series method. Fourier series method we can call it is, right? So here we need to remember about almost 9 steps to design an FIR filter using a Fourier series method. Now let us take one example on this so that you can understand very easily how we are performing or how we are following this. So this windowing technique we will see afterwards. First, we will look at into one example so that we can understand. So let me write here the question. The question is, design an ideal filter. So first let me write the question. Question here. Design an ideal low pass filter. An ideal low pass filter. Ideal low pass filter. Ideal low pass filter with a frequency the frequency response we can call it is, with a frequency response it is given as hd of e power j omega, hd of e power j omega is equals to 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi by 2, and is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi. Here this is by default mod we have to take, as we have a value on both the side it is. Okay, so now let's write a solution for this. Let us write down the solution of this. So here, okay, it's let me complete this question first. So after that, find the values. Find the values of h of n. Find the values of h of n for n equals to 11. For n equals to 11. For n equals to 11. Full stop. Find h of z. Find h of z, comma, plot magnitude response. H of z, plot magnitude response. Plot magnitude response. Now let us understand the solution of this. Let us understand the solution of this. The frequency response of the low pass filter is given here. The frequency response of the low pass filter is given that the frequency response of the low pass filter, the frequency response of the low pass filter, response of the low pass filter is given in the equation with the help of it's given here is omega c is equals to pi by 2, right? Omega c equals to pi by 2. Then, and here the value already it is given that. And if I want to plot a graphical representation of this, so let me plot it like this. This is what a graphical representation for the given equation we have. It is, this is hd of e power j omega, hd of e power j omega, and here it is minus pi by 2, 0 and plus pi by 2 with reference to or with respect to omega. So this is a graphical representation for the given response. So our step 1 is what? What is our step 1? Step 1 is note the desired frequency response. So let us write it down once again. The given or desired frequency response, we can call it is hd of e power j omega is equals to, it is 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi by 2, and is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi. This is our step 1. Next, step 2 is find. Step 2 is what? Find the desired impulse response, we can call it is. Step 2 is to find the desired impulse response, or using or to find the desired impulse response using inverse Fourier transform, as already I mentioned that. So which will be equals to, here we are writing it as hd of n equals to. Step 2 is we are finding the desired impulse response, hd of n is equals to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi, integral minus pi to pi, 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to, this is integral minus pi to pi hd of e power j omega, into e power j omega n into d omega. This is the formula of inverse Fourier transform. Now here in the given equation, the value depends on or the given signal is present for the value minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So we can write this equation as, we can write it as 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. The value of this is 1 into e power j omega n into d omega, right? Let us call this is equation 1. Or after simplifying this, We will get the value as, let me take down this on one separate page so that you can understand again. Okay, so I just copied it here. Then here, now simplifying this, we'll write the answer as HD of n is equals to HD of n is equals to HD of n is equals to, we will have 1 by 2 pi as it is, 1 by 2 pi as it is, and then integral of e power j omega n, we'll write it as e power j omega n divided by j n, as we are integrating this with respect to omega, with the value minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, with the value minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and this can be expressed as, this is equals to 1 by 2 pi, this jn I will take it outside, and then this can be written as e power j omega, I am replacing it by the value pi by 2 n minus e power minus j pi by 2 n, minus j pi by 2 n, or this is equals to, we can write it as, we can write it as 1 divided by pi n, I will just take it outside, 1 by pi n I will take it outside, in the bracket I can write it as e power j pi by 2 n minus e power minus j pi by 2 n divided by 2j, which is same as a formula of sine theta. So we can write it as sine of pi by 2 n divided by pi n is for the value minus infinity less than or equals to n less than or equals to infinite. Here this is an infinite sequence, HD of n. Okay, so this is our second step to find the function as a infinite sequence. Okay, then further, step 3, as we know that step 3 is truncating. Let me take out this part. Step 3, then we will go further. We'll go for the step 3. Okay, so here we have calculated this function. Now let me call it as equation 2. Let me call it as equation 2 here. Equation 2. So let me call this is equation 2. So this is our equation 2 we can call. Okay, so then here we can write it this way, equation 2. Now let us proceed to step 3. Step 3 is truncating. We can write here truncating HD of n, truncating HD of n to h of n, we can write truncating h of n equals to HD of n for the n values. So that is for n value, how much it is? N is equals to, it is asked as 11. Means we will write here magnitude n less than or equals to, this is 11, and less than or equals to n minus 1 by 2, which is equals to, it is 5. Now here we can write h of n is equals to, we can write h of n is equals to, h of n is equals to, the value of this HD of n is sine pi by 2n divided by pi n divided by pi n for the value magnitude n less than or equals to 5 it is. For the value magnitude n less than or equals to 5 and is equals to 0 otherwise. Is equals to 0 otherwise. Okay, then next we'll proceed further for calculating the values of this, or else we need to calculate the filter coefficients value h of 0, h of 1, like that we need to calculate the values. So first, by putting the value, we can write here. The next step is what? Filter coefficients we need to calculate. Then by substituting first n equals to 0, put n equals to 0 in the above equation. So we'll get h of 0 is equals to HD of 0 is equals to h of 0, HD of 0 equals to, so 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 d omega, or simply this will be equals to, we will get it as the value as, if we simplify this, we'll get it as 1 by 2. This way we can calculate, or by using L'Hospital rule, we can calculate this as h of 0 is equals to limit n tends to 0, limit n tends to 0 for sine pi by 2n divided by pi n. So this will be equals to, or else this can be written as 1 by 2 limit n tends to 0, limit n tends to 0 sine pi by 2n divided by pi n by 2, as we need to make this value in the form of like sine theta by theta, so which is equals to, it is 1 by 2. So this is how we can calculate the value of h of 0, and then we can calculate the values, other values, like we can calculate the other values. Here the remaining values we can calculate. H of 1 is equals to h of minus 1 is equals to, we will have it is as sine pi by 2 divided by pi n is there, so it is going to be pi. It's going to be pi which is equals to sin pi by 2 is 1 by pi, which is equals to, we'll get the value as 0.3183. Likewise, we can calculate the other values. H of 2 is equals to h of minus 2. Here you just substitute n equals to 2 in the above equation, and we'll get the value as 0. Then h of 3 is equals to, this is 2, h of minus 3, which is equals to h of 3 equals to h of minus 3, which is equals to, we'll get the value as, minus 0.106. Then h of 4 is equals to, h of minus 4, which is equals to again 0, and h of 5 is equals to, we'll have h of minus 5 is equals to, h of 4 equals to h of minus 5 equals to 1 divided by 5 pi, or simply we'll get it as the value as 0.06366. 0.06366. This is how the filter coefficients we have calculated. Then next, step 4, we will move for sorry. Step 4, we'll go for finding transfer function. Step 4, to find a transfer function. Transfer function we are calculating here. To find a transfer function, let me write here transfer function. We can write transfer function. Then here we can write h of z is equals to, h of 0 plus summation n equals to 1 to n minus 1 by 2, h of n is multiplied with z power n plus z power minus n. Z power n plus z power minus n. So which is equals to, as we have calculated in the previous step, the value of this h of 0 is 0.5 plus this, will write summation n equals to 1 to 5 h of n into z power n plus z power minus n. And also if you expand this, which will be calculated as 0.5 plus this, we can write h of 1 multiplied with z to the power 1 plus z to the power minus 1 plus h of 2 into z to the power 2, z to the power 2 plus z to the power minus 2 plus h of 3 into plus h of 3 into z to the power 3 plus z to the power minus 3 plus h of 4 into z to the power 4 plus z to the power minus 4 plus h of 5 into z to the power 5 plus z to the power minus 5. Then as we know the values already, we have calculated, let us substitute the values. So we have the values in the previous case, we have calculated that. So here h of 2 equals to 0 and h of 4 equals to 0. So first we will substitute those values 0 and the remaining values we will add. So we will get this part goes to 0. So this will go to 0. This as it is having 0 in the previous section and this will be going to be 0. Then the remaining parts will write it is 0.5 plus h of n we know the value as 0.3183, then z power 1 plus z power minus 1 plus h of 3 value it is minus 0.106 into z power 3 plus z power minus 3, z power 3 plus z power minus 3 plus 0.6366, which we are multiplying with z power minus 5 plus z power, sorry, this is z power plus 5 and minus 5. This is z power 5 plus z power minus 5. Okay. Now, after simplifying this is our h of z. As we are observing here, the values are with the positive power as well as the negative power. So we need to go for, this is not possible, practically realizable. So we are going to go for the next step. That is, we need to find a realizable equation, a realizable transfer function. Step 5 we can write here. Step 5. Step 5. Step 5. Realizable transfer function. Realizable transfer function. Realizable transfer function. Realizable transfer function. As we have the formula, h dash of z equals to, we have it is h dash of z is equals to h dash of z is equals to z to the power minus of n minus 1 divided by 2 multiplied with h of z from the previous equation. Or this simply we can write it as h dash of z is equals to z to the power minus 5 into h of z. Z to the power minus 5 into h of z. So this is equals to, we can write it as z to the power minus 5 and then this is 0.5 plus 0.3183 into z to the power 1 plus z power minus 1 minus 0.106 into z power 3 plus z power minus 3, z power 3 plus z power minus 3 plus 0.6366 z power 5 plus z power minus 5. Z power 5 plus z power minus 5. So then, if you further simplify this, we will get the answer as h dash of z is equals to 0.06366 minus 0.106 6 z power minus 2 plus 0.3183 into z power minus 4 plus 0.5 into z power minus 5 plus 0.318 into z power minus 6 minus 0.106 into z power minus 8 plus 0.06366 into z power minus 10. So this is how we have calculated the realizable transfer function with all the powers are in negative form. Realizable transfer function with all the forms are in a negative form. Okay. The next step, step 6 is from the above equation, we are going to write the filter coefficients for causal filter. From the above equation, we are going to write the filter coefficients for the causal filter. We are writing filter coefficients for the causal filter. Filter coefficients for causal filter. Causal filter. That is, we'll write h of 0 is equals to h of 10, which is equals to, we have the value 0.06366. The next h of 1, h of 9 is equals to 0, h of 2 is equals to h of 8, which is equals to minus 0.106. Then h of 3 is equals to h of 7, which is equals to 0. H of 4 is equals to h of 6, which is equals to, we have 0.3183. 0.3183, and lastly we have h of 5 is equals to 0.5. So this is how we can calculate the causal filter coefficients. So as we got the value of n equals to 11, so here we have 11 samples or the 11 filter coefficients. So the next, let us calculate the frequency response, and finally we will plot the response of the given filter or the desired filter. So next step is to find the frequency response. To find a frequency response. Next step, to find frequency response. To find frequency response. So here we have a formula as h of e power j omega is equals to summation n equals to 0 to 5 an cos omega n, where we have the value of a of 0 is equals to h of n minus 1 by 2 or this is equals to simply h of 5, which is equals to, we know the value as 0.5, and then we have a of n is equals to 2h into n minus 1 by 2 minus n. We simplify this, or we calculate the values for this separately, a1, a2, a of 1, which will be equals to, we can write it as 2h. This is 5 minus 1, or which is equals to, we'll write it as simply 2 into h of 4. The value of that is, h of 4 is, we have the value 0.6366. So likewise, we have to calculate the value of a of 2, a of 3, and a of 4. And the value of a of 2 is 0, a of 3 is minus 0.212, and a of 4 is 0, and a of 5, which is equals to, we have the value 0.127. So now let us find the magnitude in dB. We are having like magnitude in dB. So let me write, this is our step number 7, and then let us find the magnitude. Now next, let's find the magnitude in dB. The magnitude in dB. Let's find the magnitude in dB. As we have a formula for this is magnitude h of e power j omega, h of e power j omega in dB. We have a formula as 20 log magnitude h of e power j omega. 20 log magnitude h of e power j omega. And here, according to the table, we have to calculate the values. Right, as I said during our PPT presentation. So here we have to calculate the values, and we have to plot this. So it is omega in degree, we can call it is omega in degree. This is magnitude h of e power j omega in dB. Okay. So here, if you go on changing the value 0, you get the value as 0.4, and for 10, you will get the value as 0.21. Likewise, the table we have to calculate, and here up to at 20, we have it is minus 0.26. So likewise, at 80, we are getting it is minus 1.79, and then 120, we have it is minus 20.6, and then at 160, we have it is minus 30.55, and at the end at 180, we have it is minus 26. So if you plot this response, so we will get the graph as this way. If you plot this, this is magnitude h of e power j omega in terms of dB with respect to omega. So if you plot this, so this is at 0, this is minus 10, then again it is minus 20, then it is minus 30, minus 40. So likewise, we'll get the plot. This is at pi by 2, as it is a low pass filter, so it's going to be coming this way, right? So it's going to be coming up to this point, then these kinds of ripples are going to be present over there, right? This is up to the pi. So this is what a nature of graph for the low pass filter, we can call it. It is a low pass filter response, we are calling it is low pass filter response, or the frequency response plot of an low pass filter. So this is the way how we can solve the examples using the Fourier series method. Here you have to remember the steps. Okay, so this is all about how to solve the examples related to the FR filter design using Fourier series method. So in further class, we'll discuss about the windowing techniques method, or how to design an FR filter using different window technique method. Thank you. I'm going to stop here the session.